Hey guys, Phoenix Spring Tarot. So, an article came up in my news alert about approximately a day or two ago, and it was alluding to the fact that Britney was completely dysfunctional and she was at risk of going broke, and that a um, top Hollywood psychiatrist, end of quotes, by the name of Dr. Charles Sophie is stating that Britney should be put back into conservatorship. When I first read the article, I ignored it as clickbait because, from my perspective, if he is not her practicing psychiatrist, and if he hasn't had any contact with Britney, then it's irresponsible for him to be speaking out on someone's treatment, let alone proposing it publicly, especially when he hasn't met her. So what is he basing it on, right? Um, However, then another article came up today, and this article was claiming, was it misguided to free Britney? And the article went on to explain that she has radical mood swings because she's increasingly isolated, and those who were close to the star believe she was doing better under the conservatorship. She had lots of freedom, they're saying, and the restrictions were there to protect her, but now she's not protected anymore. She's spending millions on private jets, on holidays to Hawaii, and her luxury hotels. Mind you, it's the girl's money, she could do with it what she wants. But anyway, so I just smell a hit piece. Like when I was tuning into my guides, I was just like, something's not on here. Like, can you guys see that? Like something's off. It just seems like a hit piece. But I could tell that this is going to begin to pick up steam, because then Britney apparently deleted her Instagram and then made a statement out against her parents. So there is something going on here. So before we start, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels, thank you for allowing me. We've already connected, by the way, guys. So thank you for connecting us to the energy of Britney. May we only connect with the highest vibration frequency, the highest vibration frequency of love, frequency of truth, frequency of accuracy. Protect myself, protect those viewing this reading. Please give us insights to the nuances of this situation. Okay. We have Hangman, and they were guiding me to Under the Deck, which is Two of Wands. There seems to be, notice that he's holding a globe and it's like he's entering a portal way. There seems to be people at a distance, or people on the outside looking in, or looking in on Britney's situation. And it's as if they're making, how should I put it? I think the best way I could say it is that there is a play for Britney. I feel that there is something going on with Britney, and I'll come back to that in a bit, but I feel that this is I would call it a strategic takedown for now of Britney, right? It's like they're using another angle to get back in there, but they know to get back into Britney and to get back at Britney's money. This is what I'm channeling, this is the message I'm getting, okay? To get back at Britney, to get back at Britney's money, they sort of need to have the world or the public opinion on their side. So with the Hangman reverse, the Hangman being like, Britney is isolated, she's been on her own, she hasn't had, they haven't had rather, any engagements or interactions or anything of that nature with her. I'm being shown in my mind's eye that they've tried, such as the mother has tried, and they've all tried, but they've never been able to sustain any contact or build on anything. Right, so this is now another approach that they're trying in order to get back in, just to get closer proximity to Britney, but they know they need to get the public on side first. Okay, yeah, there we go, Five of Swords. Like there has been of late there's been a back and forth that has been kept out of the media or been kept out of the press, but there's been a constant back and forth, and this is the thing, it's like Britney has stood her ground. Like they've tried one route, that route hasn't worked. This is Britney. Britney has managed to be getting the upper hand on them, so to speak. So they've had to drop the strategies they were working, and they've had to walk away. But there is something of a new strategy being tried now, where they're coming back again, and this time, instead of doing things behind the scenes, they're putting everything going on behind the scenes on Front Street, by way of, and it's a dual approach, it's to embarrass Britney first of all, and to erode the followers and the support she has, and it's for them to, it's like a long-term strategy of them trying to get back control. I always say this about Britney. Even though this channel, like a lot of the supporters that I've built on this channel, has been built on my advocacy for the Free Britney movement, and I would always stand by that. I never felt that the Free Britney movement was a mistake. I thought the conservatorship was criminal the way it was done, and it's an intuitive, psychic intuitive hill I would die on, you know. But at the same time, I've always said this. I've always said Britney isn't mentally well. I've always said that. And what I've also said as well is that it was the conservatorship that led or contributed or exacerbated Britney's mental health issues. And I don't know why people having medical practitioners around her haven't been arrested or held to account for that, or haven't had their medical license taken away, or have been disciplined for it. I'm not sure, allegedly. Because that is all my other predictions about Britney have come through, but that is the one prediction that hasn't, and I'm at a loss as to why. Because anytime I tune into her energies, it's just so clear to me. But there is something when it comes to Britney's mental health that even for we don't know, or it hasn't been made immediately obvious to us. And it seems them also picking up with this energy is that medical complication that Britney has, it's as if either they play it over her head, or there's something about this. I'll try and pick up more energies on this as we go. Okay, Spirit, Guides, Guardian Angels, thank you for those messages. What else could you tell us? What is the state of Britney, actually? What is the state of her mental health? Give it to us. Guys, I may need to change tarot deck. I think I need another deck. I have a deck that I use specifically for Britney. They're reminding me of that, so I need to go to that. But let me see how far I get with this first. Oh, so we're asking the question, what's the state of Britney's mental health? We have the Ten of Swords. Britney is so consumed. Britney is so consumed by... For the Ten of Swords to represent someone's mental health, this speaks to a lot of crippling mental issues. I am not surprised that Britney may be going on holidays, going here, going there. Okay, the way they're explaining it to me, I'll put it this way. It's sort of like Britney got a lot of adulation, it was Free Britney, it was this Britney, and there was this whole tsunami of support around her. Okay, Britney got freed out of the conservatorship, and it's as if everybody just dropped her and went away. Like there wasn't any aftercare or any after support. Like people erroneously felt, okay, we leave Britney with the Nine of Pentacles here and she'll be fine. She'll be back on the stage, probably have a Vegas residency, and it will be okay. I don't think people understand behind the scenes still the level of battling and the level of people still coming at her monies that Britney has to overcome. I'm seeing Britney trying to make the transition from one way of being into another, and it's like she's having problems doing that. It's like people are trying to sabotage her. It's like she doesn't have anyone around her to help her make that transition out of the being free from the conservatorship. How do you transition into that life is what I'm trying to say. And she doesn't have anyone there who's able to help her with that. It's like everybody has just dropped her. It's really like... And another message that I'm picking up here regarding this, in terms of people dropping her. Britney is not, pardon the use of the word, they're not giving me another one, mature enough to understand how that would work with regards to her own mental health and process. In terms of, and I don't blame her, mind you, like if I needed to if I needed to transition from a conservatorship into another way of being, in terms of planning what that would look like, what would that look like with my medication, what would that look like for my money, what would that look like in terms of the activities that would gradually get me back to some resemblance of normal, what would that resemblance of normal even look like, who can I sit with to plan that out? So if you have a group of, sorry guys, they're just showing me images, so I'm just repeating these images to you. So if you have a group of people like security staff, bodyguards, drivers, cooks, medical psychiatrists, coaches, and so on, who were under the old regime, that was an abusive regime, allegedly, And then that whole regime goes away. Who fills that void? Who is responsible for overseeing that that void is being filled so you make that transition? If no one is there to support that, what they're saying, then you revert. Like that's what they're showing me, like you would revert back. Like Britney knows that she doesn't want to go back. That's what she's fighting. But it's as if it's become inevitable that you would revert back because you don't have that support. Another message that came through with this kind of swords here, notice all the swords in the back, along the spine and the head. It's like what Britney is really struggling with here in terms of her mental health is finding a way to resolve or come to terms with the level of abuse that she got during her 13 years of the conservatorship. It's like when I say abuse, I'll take back the word abuse. I'll say trauma. Trauma is a more appropriate word. There is a high level of complex. They're giving me the phrase complex PTSD and acute trauma that she has. And with these swords, it's as if this trauma is wedded in her body as well. Like Britney is always a free person. She wants to move. She wants to dance. That's how she expresses herself. And it's as if not being able, like she's a born performer, like she's one of the best, if not the best performers that we've had in like the past few decades, and probably in some of our lifetime, if you're a millennial. Well, we have Beyonce, but you know what I mean. I don't want to get into that sort of detail, but it's as if a lot of that and a lot of the restrictions and feeling powerless and having your power taken away so brutally has caused a lot of trauma for her that she doesn't have the right support to resolve. And that trauma with the swords is trapped in her body. It's like her head goes round and spins and plays back all these scenarios. And if and it's as if she can't get any with the hangman with the hangman. It's like she can't get any resolve or healing or release for that trauma. She doesn't have the right people around her to help her with that. Right? So, how would you revenge? Yeah. In terms of her money situation, like they're saying her money, like she is spending with this Nine of Pentacles. She is spending a lot of money, but in terms of saying that she doesn't have or she doesn't this or she doesn't that, that's not entirely true. It's not entirely true, I'm seeing at this point, but we'll shuffle more for that. There is someone here with the King of Pentacles. Someone is seeing a money opportunity. Someone wants to make a money grab, but again, I don't know who this King of Pentacles is, but we'll see. And then we have the Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, people, like we have a lot of men. Oh yeah, look at all these cards. Yeah, there we go. There's the deception. The deception, the deception, the deception. These cards actually, so we have a Wheel of Fortune coming in, and we have about, three people, 2 men, 1 woman, and we have the deception card. With this Wheel of Fortune always talk about events happening or news happening or something being put out there. It's like someone, and we have a lot of, and then we have this pentacle again, we have the shaped in a pentacle, we have the King of Pentacles here. There's a lot of people trying to circle and weasel their way back in here. That's the best way I could into Britney's world and this conservatorship. This is the best way I could find to describe it. They're showing me an image of Britney's lawyer. Do you remember that guy with dark hair and glasses who defended Britney? Like, I just don't know where he is. Yeah. Okay, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels, could you provide us any further insight into who these 3 people are? And what is the 7 of Swords? Could you provide clarification on who these people are and the 7 of Swords? Actually, they're providing me more clarification. When they're talking about, I have to take back some of what I said before. It's like there are 2 camps for Britney. Let me just get more. There's something that's there's something that's going to, oh god, okay. This story is going to take legs, guys. This story is not going away anytime soon, especially with this world energy. There are two people here, this king and this queen. There are two camps here. There's one person with this King of Pentacles who wants to make his way back in. This person is threatening to reveal and divulge secrets with the Four of Swords. What they're saying is that these secrets have already started being divulged, and it's this King of Pentacles who's doing it. There is someone who either wants a payday, wants a new arrangement. There is one male character who's trying to get back into Britney's conservatorship or influence over Britney to have control over the monies, or they want a payout or something. This could very well be her father, although her father before was appearing as the emperor, but now that he's on the outside looking in, it could very well be that this is him, right? So that's what I'm picking up here. However, there's another group of people there with this King of Cups and this Queen of Wands. This group are looking in on this guy here. Again, I don't know whether it's the father, I'm not sure, but they're looking in on him here. I feel that there is going to be, with this sun energy, something that is going to be, I think we are going to see with the Seven of Pentacles, more is going to be revealed, more is going to be divulged as to the struggles Britney is having under this, as she's being removed from the conservatorship. All the struggles that I talked about before earlier, it's like that is all going to come out. However, how they spin it and how they choose to put it out into the world is not going to be the best, because they're going to make our girl look as if she is just completely crazy. And they've already started to do that. But I do see with this king and this queen, King of Cups and this Queen of Wands, these are people who are working to try to prevent this from happening, to try and prevent this news from being leaked. But it's as if with the Wheel of Fortune, the Sun card, they're giving me something about timing. It's like a lot of this stuff that has come out in the press of late and recently, it's like people did not know that it was going to be leaked. It's like people have been put on the back foot with regards to it, because Wheel of Fortune talks about an unexpected event happening. And Wheel of Fortune coming up next to that Ten of Swords is an unexpected, and the Eight of Swords here is an unexpected event about someone's, about Britney's mental health. Like, they did not know that it was coming out. They are both looking in at this King of Pentacles. This King of Pentacles is the one who did the leaking, or is responsible for the leaking. Someone made the Seven of Pentacles is talking about the struggles. Somebody is running out of money as well. We see this one pentacle on the floor. We see him with that one pentacle in the hand. Someone doesn't have that easy access to money. So a lot of this is financially oriented. What else? But there are two people in Britney's camp who are close to her, who did not expect this leak to happen, and are looking at this man, whoever he is, with the side eye. But it's not to say that it's not to say that there isn't some truth to it. There is some truth to it. And again, this is what I was saying with the Seven of Swords. This is that deception card. And then we have the Eight of Wands that talks about communication coming in thick and fast. And there's also going to be more communication as well. It's like someone is very ashamed and embarrassed about everything that there is more to come. Someone's very ashamed and embarrassed about everything that's leaking, that's, come out and come to light so far. It's as if Britney, what else? Anything else? I hate it when that happens. I literally had a message and the message just disappeared. Okay, let me go into the other deck. Okay. This is a strange question. Could Britney ever get better if she had the right people around her? Could she get better if she had the right people around her? So all in all, that story that was placed in the press was, yeah, she can. Judgment. If she had the right people around her to help her, she can get better. She can get much, much better. We have the Judgment here. What else about Britney? Would she ever get the right people? Would she ever get the right people coming in to give her that right support? She's very distrustful of people as well. as I say that, she's very distrustful of people. So even though she has two people here who are for her, this king and this queen, she is very distrustful of people. And dare I say, that is also part of the problem. She's really distrustful. And it could be a matter of not knowing who to trust as well. What other questions do we want to ask? Would they place her back in the conservatorship? Let's look at that. What time am I on? Would they place her back in the conservatorship? Ooh. Is she seeing someone, I wonder? Oh. Hang on, just let me get. Do you know her ex-partner? I can't remember his name. Her husband, her ex-husband. He was meant to keep her out of the conservatorship. For the time being, I'm not seeing them. I think with this stray Knight of Pentacles, if she gives people money to be quiet, they would go away, basically, is what I'm seeing here. If she gives people money to be quiet, whether it's her parents, whoever it is, if she just pays them, because really going after their money is what they want, basically, at the end of the day. However, Britney's at a loss here because this Lover's card is her ex-husband. I can't remember who her ex-husband was. Hang on, let me just get his name. Sorry, let me just get his name. I can't remember who. Sorry, guys, let's see. Ex-husband. Sam, right. So this was Sam. Sam was meant to, similar to what Kanye did by marrying his current wife, Sam was meant to be the same for Britney. And that once you're married to someone, if you are deemed to be needing to go into conservatorship, it would be the husband to do it. But Britney, in terms of that marriage situation, and I said this in a previous reading, Britney had control of that marriage. The marriage was strategic, but she was relying on him, and he stabbed her in the back by divorcing her. Right? So now really Britney is vulnerable. So this is what went wrong. So it's a matter for Britney. They're after her money again. So what tactic is she going to use? And with this High Priestess energy, that's what she's exploring. So with this Knight of Pentacles, notice that we have the Knight with the coin. It's a matter of, and they're drawing me to the red. The red is your root chakra. So your root chakra talks about protection. It talks about groundedness. It also talks about your freedom as well. So in order to pay for her freedom, she may very well just pay people off. What's up, my own? Yeah, because if that's what people want, give them what they want, give them the money. Okay. In fact, it's in the paying of all those people off that is really what is going to make her bankrupt. And they're showing me in my mind's eye that is what really gets Britney more than anything else. And that's what's causing her to spiral more than anything else. It's a sense of just how unfair it all is. Because you have to pay off your abusers is basically what it is. And you don't have anyone helping you to get better. So who is in it for you? Who is paying you back in terms of being genuinely invested in you and your well-being? And the whole short-sightedness of it all is that if they were invested in her and in her well-being and so on from the beginning, Britney could very well be with us now and performing and having her Las Vegas residency, because Britney's catalogue is deep. Britney could still move, like, and lip sync and perform and do all that sort of stuff, you know. So yeah, she has a lot of people. Here we have that King of Pentacles again. We've had him through twice now. And we have the King of Cups. Yeah, guys, we have this King of Pentacles again. We have this King of Cups guy again as well. Both these guys have come through twice. So they feature very heavily. One person who is interested in the money and that sort of stuff, but this other person I'm picking up is on Britney's side though. It's like these two people are doing, I don't know what it is. Like they're very well respected. They are mature individuals. They're quite powerful men as well. And there's a powerful woman in the mix. So there are 3 people who keep on coming up again and again and again. Anything else? Any future messages regarding Britney? Any future messages regarding Brit? Okay, hang on. Let's tidy this up. Let's tidy this up. Hang on, I got these 2. Let me put these 2 here. The future for Brit. I always said that the best person for Britney was that agent she was seeing. You know when she did that song, Mama, I'm in Love with a Criminal? That was always the best person for her. Anyway. Okay, so when I was picking up on what the future holds for her, I got these 2 cards. So let's continue. So what's in the future for her? What's in the future for her? Ooh, that just shot out. Wow. Okay. Don't count Britney out yet. Do not count her out yet. There is something. She may very well get the help she needs. Whether that's in a conservatorship or not, I'm not sure. But it's like she does get that help that she needs, though. She does get it. There is a reveal that's coming through, which is going to cause a lot of embarrassment. In terms of this reveal, I don't know whether that reveal is going to be something with regards to embarrassing to her, or an embarrassing regarding the situation around her. I'm not sure. But there is something of, because we have this judgment card again, there's something about Britney getting the help she needs, getting the lift up she needs. And I really like seeing the star in this energy for her. I really like seeing that. It's either she gets a new PR team that are able to spin stories in her favor, or we have the Lovers again. No, we had the 2 of Cups, and we have Lovers. It's someone who gets her. Somebody is in her life that really gets her. Let's see if they have her best interest, but it's somebody who is able to ground her. I'm not seeing her going back into conservatorship, though. Even though there's a lot going on, there's a lot of talk, there's a lot of this, that, and the other, chances are she may just pay people off and go about her business, or people actually step in to help her. Because I'm seeing that a lot with the, yeah, there we go, 2 of Swords. 2 of Swords and the Tower. It's like, but we have this 2 of Swords and Tower. These are not the best energies, okay? I ain't gonna lie. They look, they're as bad as they look. Like, this is talking someone off a cliff. Like, she really is not well. Like, there's no if, ands, or buts. She's not well. And this Tower moment is not good. It's like something happens, or something's going on that wakes people up to say, not necessarily a conservatorship, but something has to be done with her. Let me just get one more card to explain this 2 of Swords and this Tower. And you know what it is? When you have stories in the press, such as she'd be better off under the conservatorship and all of those stories going around, those people, or whoever is writing that or publishing that, or whoever has leaked those, that inside knowledge, they don't have her best interest at heart, because it's leaking something like that and putting it out to the public sphere that really tips someone over the edge like this. You know, it's really playing a nasty game. We have death. Ooh. This is not. Clarify death and the Tower. Clarify death and the Tower. Ay, ay, ay. We got the Eight of Swords twice. She is mentally not well. She is really mentally not well. But the more people talk about her, like these sorts of things that are leaked in the press, that sends her into the spiral. People with the Death card and the King of Swords, people are going to move forward with... it's still very much undecided whether... People are going to make a play for that conservatorship to come back in effect, or some form of a conservatorship to come back in effect. But I'm seeing a victory card here with someone who looks like Britney. So somehow, and the star, somehow she comes back on top. But the conservatorship that they're proposing is not going to be the same conservatorship as before. But they may start off being very light and then want to have a strategy that becomes increasingly and increasingly strict, but they want to get back in there with the King of Swords. But there's something that's going to happen that I'm not seeing quite yet, where Britney comes out on top with regards to this. So that's what I'm seeing at the moment, but they're not giving me an idea of timing. Okay, guys, I'm going to leave it there. Let me know what you think and see you in future readings. Bye for now.